Pink Panther Nail Art Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish. Begin by painting your thumbnail a very pale pink, your pointer and pinky nails with a white French tip, your middle nail medium pink, and your ring nail white, and all of them that have a shimmer layer on top. So then on your ring nail, I'm going to begin by painting our Pink Panther. So I'm going to start with his head, which is a long pill shape. And really his head there's not too much there. He's a lot of mouth area, which we're not painting right now. So it's just this long skinny bar. And then we have two ears, which are upside down teardrops that are on either end of the bar on top. So then, as I mentioned, he's a lot of mouth and nose. So we're going to be adding that right now. So his mouth is just a circle below. And then he's got another pill shape that's slightly bent in the middle for his cheeks. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of white in each ear. And then two yellow ovals between his ears for his eyes. And these are not very tall ovals. They're almost circular, just a little bit stretched. Yep, just like that. And then we're going to be doing all of our outlines and adding his nose and a couple details like that with a darker shade of pink. So this is where you can really see how his mouth looks. I know it's difficult when I'm painting white on top of white, but we don't want our Pink Panther to be shimmery like the background is, which is why we had to cover it with some more white. Alright, anyway, so we're outlining with light pink. So I started with a triangle for his nose, and I filled that in so it's solid, and then added a little triangle above it for like the depth of his snout. And then I've just been outlining and adding a little bit more pink in the center of that white circle we painted for his mouth, as you can see. And, you know, outline everything else. And also you're going to want to continue the little lines that are from that circle for his mouth, continue them up, and basically you're imagining where they would go, and then creating a little smile cheek line for his cheeks to make him look like he's got a big goofy grin. Outline his eyes, and then with black I'm going to be adding his pupils, and then I'm going to be adding a fairly thick line on each eye for his eyebrows. And then switching brushes real quick, but still using black, I'm going to be painting his whiskers. So he's got two long whiskers on each side coming out of his cheeks. On our pointer nail, we're going to be painting a diamond. So I'm going to start with a line across the top, then two small angles down below. Bring those together to a point, add a line between those two angles that we created, and then fill in the middle with triangles. So first from that upper corner, create a line going down and then a triangle in the middle. It's easy and they're all even. Add two lines coming down, add a pink rhinestone on the bottom of your diamond, and that is all for that nail. Sorry, I'm talking behind the video. On your thumbnail with black paint, we're going to be painting P-I-N-K, running down the middle of the nail, starting with the I, and then I painted the N, then the K, and now I'm painting the P up above it all. And the reason I started with the I instead of starting with the P is if you start with one of the middle letters, which in this case it's only 4, so it's I or N, then that's going to give you a better idea of where your center is, leaving the right amount of space above and below so that all of your letters are equally spaced and you don't run out of room. After I have all my letters placed on there, I'm going to paint a straight line on either side of the pink, add triangles going along that straight line, and on the other side, and then some polka dots between the triangles. On my pinky nail, I'm going to be doing a very similar pattern to the one I just created on the thumbnail. So I'm going to start by outlining my nail bed area. So just a line right along the cuticle, adding a line coming down between the French tip and the cuticle, adding those little triangles, and I'm going to add a second line just because I think it looks a little cuter with a double line. And on your middle nail, we're going to be adding white paw prints. To do this, we're going to start with a circle and then add 3 little circles above it. And I'm going to paint 4 or 5 across my nail, depending on how many you can comfortably fit. So I have 3 full paw prints and then 1 partial paw print. Oh, goodness gracious. And then, of course, add a layer of top coat. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this design. Please share any recreations with me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I would really love to see them, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!